Liverpool 4, Chelsea 1. What a fixture this was. The first Premier League match since Jurgen Klopp announced that he will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Sorry to remind you, Liverpool fans, but it was a stellar performance through and through from the Reds. Some possibly controversial moments in the first half, depending on how you see the game. I didn't think that either of them were fouls or penalties. There were some penalty shouts for Conor Gallagher early on, but it didn't stop Liverpool from dominating the game in terms of shots created, in terms of just the pace of the game, winning every second, every third, every fourth, the last ball. They just went out and played their hearts out. I'm going to recap everything in here, give my man the match, my player ratings, and quickly go through everybody for Liverpool. As always, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Comment down below with your thoughts on this fixture. Like the video if you enjoyed and want to see more content like this in the future as well. And let's get started immediately with the player ratings. Alisson Becker, he didn't do too much. He did have a goal scored on him, so it wasn't necessarily the best performance. No clean sheet. He didn't really have any saves he had to make too often, besides the one that went past him. He looked fairly great throughout, and I enjoyed the little bits of passing play that he had, the build up throughout the back. He had this trick shot pass in the first half that was really kind of goofy in it, but it worked, and it went, I think, either to Konate or Gomez, I can't remember, but decent, but nothing to call home about. Like, he handled the few long shots that Chelsea did have. Besides that, Nkunku slotted one past them. So I'm gonna give him a 6 for today, honestly, for Alisson Becker. Following that is the back line, starting with Joe Gomez, who had a wonderful game. I think he was inverting in midfield. He was, playing long balls. He was keeping players at bay. And honestly, I think he's deserved his run in the team. I want to see Joe Gomez continue to play in several different aspects throughout the season and rotate and help and just be a bigger part. He's getting closer to that goal, I think. He didn't have any bodacious efforts today, but overall, I'd give Joe Gomez like a 7. Also, yeah, I'll keep Alisson at a 6 just because, if he kept the clean sheet, it's probably like an 8. But the one moment where he gets scored on, it's like the strongest 6 you can give a player. But Gomez definitely deserves a 7. Alisson at a 6 or a 7. I'll say a 6. Then we have Virgil van Dijk, the captain of Liverpool. I think he had a fairly spectacular game. I think him and Konate were immense through and through. I'm going to give Virgil van Dijk an 8, I think. He was just confident on the ball, as he usually is, calm on the ball, played long passes when he needed to, played short passes when he needed to, just dominated, really. 8 feels pretty fair. Moving on to Ibrahima Konate, and Konate was immense this match. He was just constantly winning challenges. He had, he had a fairly decent aerial performance today, I'd say, too. Heading away more balls than usual, I feel. Maybe that's just, a conflation on my end, but I thought Konate was brilliant. I'm also going to give him a score of 8 out of 10. And finally, the last player in the defense, Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley has been brilliant. There's nothing else to say. He has been way better than I ever would have imagined for like the Academy Trent replacement that would be coming through the ranks to play. He got a goal today, which was incredible, his first Premier League goal, but he also got 2 assists. He is a beast. He loves to dart forward. He's honestly playing like a wingback oftentimes, really wide, really far high up. Brilliant player. Amazing finish on the goal too. Hit the side netting for that. It was one of those matches where he just played with such a maturity, such a drive. It was honestly thrilling to see. Incredible stuff. Would love to see Conor Bradley and Trent in the squad in one way or another, probably with Trent in midfield, Conor Bradley at right back. Hopefully we get to see that before Kloppo is out. But without a doubt, Conor Bradley, 10 out of 10 performance from him today. Just incredible stuff. Wonderful from him. And yeah, 10 out of 10, my man, the match without a doubt. And that is the end of the ratings for the back line. Moving forward to the midfield. And we'll start with Dominik Szobozlai. He got himself today. That's a weird way of putting it. Today he got himself a goal. It was a header, surprisingly. He usually doesn't score those. So kind of like a bit of a shock. Besides that, there's some people in stream that were questioning work rate and this and that. But I feel like as a player, Szobozlai is, you know, he's brilliant without a doubt. He is a world-class player. He maybe doesn't have like the goal output that you would expect in the league. Maybe right about now, he did get his third goal in the league this season. Maybe not as many assists and goals and such immediately. But I still think he's made an incredible impact on the squad. The way that he'll pass the ball sometimes, his set pieces, he's always a threat. He strikes fear into the hearts of the, opposition back line. He's very good at holding on to the ball. And yeah, I really rate him. But today, getting himself that goal definitely kind of, I think, covered up some slight areas of deficiency. But without a doubt, I think he had a great game still. There's just some moments here and there where just wish he was a step quicker or just made a decision like half a second quicker, because then you'd be in a way better position. But without any of that, even any of those hypotheticals, he's still a world-class player, had a great game, and was pulling strings in midfield. I'm gonna give him a 9 out of 10. And then we have Alexis McAllister. McAllister, there were some concerns that possibly he had re-injured his knee with a collision with, I believe, Casede towards the end of the match. He managed to get up, walk it off, continue the rest of the game. So maybe it was just initial shock and the pain rather of that contact. But McAllister was brilliant today, intercepting passes, playing deeper, obviously, incredible long range passes. I think he was brilliant. I'm gonna give McAllister a 9 out of 10. It was no assists, but even still, he was world class. Moving forward to Curtis Jones, I don't think Curtis Jones was bad today whatsoever, but I feel like out of the midfield three, he's probably the weakest today. He got subbed off in the 83rd minute for Bobby Clark, which was nice to see. Bobby Clark, coming through the academy as well. Curtis is a player I have a vast amount of respect for, and I know how great he can be. I'm not saying that anything was bad today. It was actually quite great still, but relatively speaking, I do feel like, yeah, I'd probably give him like an 8 out of 10 still. He did fantastic with what he needed to do. Didn't really have too many mistakes. Towards the end, he was getting a little sloppy, so got subbed out by Klopp, so that makes sense. But yeah, so gonna give him an 8. Moving forward to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz was electric today. Just playing down the right, playing down the left, playing through the middle. Got himself a goal. It was great. And I think because of that, I have to give him a 9. 9 out of 10, without a doubt. Very influential player for Liverpool. Played the whole 90, Luis Diaz. Starting to get goals back in this game. Starting to get those assists as well. So lovely to see. Then moving forward to Darwin. Darwin, I want to quickly talk about. He hit the post, I think, 2 or 3 times. He had so many chances to score. He didn't get his goal. He got an assist at the end, which was testament to just his general style of play and what he brings to the squad. But because of the penalty miss that he did have, was a penalty that Jota won later in the second half, I believe. And Darwin missed it. Even with the penalty miss, Darwin kept his head high up and he got himself an assist. But regardless, I'm going to have to give him a 7 out of 10, I think. A few misses, few bits of sloppy play, but still getting himself an assist, so not too bad. Diogo Jota, final player of the starting 11. He got himself a goal, and he was brilliant. His goal was ludicrous too. The amount of control he had through that goal, um, brilliant stuff. Just endless compliments to this Liverpool side. And finally, I want to talk about some of the subs. I feel like they didn't play too long to really give him a rating or anything. But Robbo came back into the fray, got subbed on. Trent as well. Good to see our fullbacks, our wingmen back in Liverpool red. And, just not really too much to add for either of them other than Robbo did have a few moments where he was, getting mixed into the play. He got a cross that Darwin headed that hit the post, funnily enough. And Trent also incredible range of passing, great through ball towards Darwin at one point that, Darwin just wasn't going to be able to get on, but it was just so close. Harvey had a couple moments where, he kind of fought back for possession, and I was impressed by just wonderful stuff from him. He's every match I see Harvey feature for Liverpool, he grows more into a more kind of like, okay, like he needs to be a part of the squad. He needs to be featuring because he does a fantastic job whenever he plays. So fantastic performance from him there. Cody Gakpo also was subbed on. Gakpo had a few moments of really nice, tight kind of close control. Didn't get himself a goal. Was real. You could see that he kind of wanted one, but he played fantastic. And Bobby Clark had a nice little cameo towards the end, the 83rd minute. He was subbed on, but lovely to see the academy prospects coming through. And finally, a word on Jurgen Klopp. I think this was like about like a 10 out, as close to a 10 out of 10 performance as you can get for him. He did brilliant. Obviously, we're gonna be gutted when he goes, but that's that for today. A wonderful performance from Liverpool, and as always, gotta have to look towards Sunday. It's going to be a big match. Liverpool going to the Emirates to face off against Arsenal. Big possible title decider going forward. I mean, obviously Arsenal a bit further in the league, down in the league table, but if Liverpool could get a result, things could look really good for Jurgen Klopp's men going forward towards the kind of tail end of the season. So thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to get your comments down below on how you thought this match went and all your other thoughts and questions, concerns, queries, and statements and proclamations in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sideline Sedo. Peace.